Hey, so I know I just made my 3-month update, but today is actually my precise 3-month date. It's the 27th of September, but that's besides the point. The reason I wanted to make a video was because of something that happened tonight. So I was practicing with the Alumni 8 and what we were supposed to, and then it got too dark. So we said, hey, practice at Viva. So we went to get some margaritas and some Mexican food, and I'm waiting in line with my buddy. It's really packed there. He says, "Hey, just give me your money. I'll get your drink for you." And so I was like, "All right, cool." So I went to get in the food line, which was exponentially long as well. And she comes up with her drink, and she's like, "He said he needed to see your ID." I was like, "Oh, well, can you just bring it to him?" She was like, "No, you should probably go over there." I was like, "Okay." And so I hand the guy my ID. Mind you, I go here pretty frequently, like with all different kinds of my friends, and this particular bartender has served me before. I hand him my ID, he looks at it, he looks at me, and he says, "You've got to be fucking kidding me. This is a fake. Like, this is my legitimate license that I've used since I've gotten my license the last 3 years. And this guy basically treats me like I'm some kind of idiot or imbecile for thinking I could slip that past him." And I kind of was like, "No, you've got to be kidding me. I'm 25. I'm 25. And I knew what the issue was. I think we all know what the issue was. And so I said, "You know what? Fine. I'll go get my other ID." And my car was parked like 2 blocks away, so I jaunted over to my car. I'd actually just gotten a new state ID because my address changed. So you have to get a new ID when you change your address. I bring it in. This thing is so legit. It's like, it has like a see-through picture of you and stuff. It's crazy. And I passed it off to him. I was like, "Here you go." He's like, "Do you agree the other one's a fake?" I was like, "No, I don't agree the other one was a fake. Look at it. All the information is the same." He like goes over and like confers with other people. Such bullshit. I end up getting my drink, but that's not the point. The point is, how are you supposed to kind of navigate these situations? So for me, I was like, "You're way out of line, buddy. You are way out of line, and you need to check yourself, because this is a town where you cannot get away with that kind of shit." So yeah. So after, I was still pretty fuming, and went over with my drink, got my food, hung out with my friends. Like, you know what? I'm gonna have a little chat with my friend over there, the bartender. And I went over. I was like, "Listen, I'm sorry if I got a little haughty earlier, but fact of the matter is that wasn't a fake ID, and I'm gonna let you in on some news, and I'm gonna let you know why I was so particularly ticked off. And it wasn't just that you thought I brought a fake, but I knew the reason why. And the reason why is that I'm trans, and I've recently started HRT. So I want you to recognize who I am, get used to seeing my face, because you're going to have other issues with my ID in the future. So you better own up to what those reasons are." And of course, he's like, "Oh, that's not the reason at all. No, it's not that. No, wouldn't even think twice about that. No, it was just, the way it felt, blah, blah, blah." Like, I don't give a shit about your excuses, honestly. And I didn't say that to him. I was like, "Oh, okay, no, that's fine." But just kind of giving him the heads up and being like, "You know what? This is what it is. And I'm going to acknowledge what your real issue is, even though you're going to try and hide behind your petty bullshit." So that was interesting and frustrating. And to some degree, you're like, I can't be so upset, right? 'Cause it's kind of like, well, I guess I'm passing. And everybody else there is like, "Yeah, he just wants a drink. Come on, he just wants a drink," So, I mean, nobody really understood what the issue was. Yeah. So that was just interesting. And so it makes me a little more anxious to go out in public, just because, it's my license, and if people, like, he still wouldn't give me it back after. So, well, apparently you don't need it because you have this new one. I was like, well, technically it's still my ID, and technically it's still all of my identification information. Like, you have no fucking right to that. So unless you're absolutely gonna destroy that, like, in front of me, like, I want that, I want it back, you know? But he still wouldn't, because he's, you know, an ignorant asshole, for the most part. So anyhow, I left that on good terms, because I'm diplomatic, even though now I'm still fuming. My diplomacy doesn't really do me any good. It just makes everybody else feel better. Typical, right? Typical. But yeah, I thought that was worth bringing up and discussing. Other than that, there's one other thing I noticed I didn't bring up. I really ought to plan for my videos more, because I just kind of wing it, and then I miss like major things I want to talk about. But one thing I have noticed about being on T is I feel like there are times when I really lose my words. Like, words have always come so easily to me, and they still do. It's just that sometimes, like, I'll just kind of draw a blank, or almost get like a stutter step a little bit. And I don't know if that's necessarily to do with testosterone, but it is kind of an interesting happening or thing that's going on. So, yes, that is my update, my true update, and my frustrations. I need to figure out what to do about my ID, just because I know I need like a letter to get the gender marker changed, but I don't know if it's like, do I have to get it from my therapist, or can I get it from my doctor, like the person who's prescribing me testosterone, in which case I have my 3-month checkup at Planned Parenthood coming up this Monday. So I might talk to my doctor there about that. But yeah, so 7 minutes. That's long enough to rant. Alright, peace out.